Dramatic body cam shows killer mom's crocodile tears as she tries to claim Arthur beat her and caused his own injuries. Shameless Emma Tustin, 32, can be seen fake crying as she tells police how Arthur labinjo-hughes headbutt the floor on all fours after he collapsed at home. In reality, the evil stepmom had battered the boy after torturing him along with his dad Thomas Hughes, 29. The couple had waged a sick campaign of cruelty against Arthur in his tragic final months. He was segregated for 14 hours a day and forced to sleep on the floor in a brutal struggle that matched the medical definition of child torture. The youngster was also poisoned with so much salt he was too weak to even put up a fight against his torturer's horrific abuse, Coventry Crown Court heard. Dramatic body cam footage captured by police was released today after Tustin was convicted of murder and Hughes found guilty of manslaughter. The stepmom can be seen wiping away fake tears as she claims to officers Arthur had trashed the home and battered her over the past 6 months. Tustin even claimed Arthur told her he would get his real mom to kill her and claimed the frail, starved youngster had hit her. She claimed Arthur headbutt the floor on all fours and banged his head 3 or 4 times. Tustin added, "He banged his head 3 or 4 times. Obviously, then I just picked him up. He knocked himself unconscious. I picked him up, put him on the sofa, poured water in his mouth." Tustin is then heard accusing little Arthur of battered his dad and smashed this house to pieces. Wicked Tustin was today convicted of murder while pitiless Hughes was found guilty of manslaughter. The wicked couple were also found guilty of multiple counts of child cruelty after 6.5 hours of deliberation. Family members wept as a minute's silence for Arthur was held at the jury's request. While Tustin's 2 children were lavished with affection and treated to takeaways and ice cream, Arthur was left alone in the hallway with no food or water. He was deprived of a bed and forced to sleep on the living room floor with just a duvet, despite there being plenty of beds in the house. The youngster even became too weak to even hold a glass of water to his chapped lips. In his closing speech, prosecutor Jonas Henkin QC said Tustin and Hughes carried out a systematic course of conduct designed to terrorize, degrade, neglect and harm Arthur physically and psychologically. Meanwhile, Arthur had grown so weak he was unable to walk upstairs and his shaking legs could barely hold the weight of his own body. In vile text exchanges read to jurors, Hughes told Tustin to dig his son's grave and gag him with rope and a sock. He also threatened to take his jaw off his shoulders. Tustin meanwhile branded her stepson Satan and Hitler over hundreds of disgusting messages. On the day Arthur collapsed, his dad had messaged, "Put him outside, put him out with the rubbish." Hughes was out shopping on June 16 last year in Sainsbury's for a birthday cake for Tustin when his son was attacked. The evil stepmom beat Arthur to death, then waited 13 minutes to call 999 and tell them the youngster was barely breathing after he headbutt the floor, and the mom had a police reprimand for battery when she was aged 14, as well as a caution for shoplifting when aged 16. Twisted Tustin and Hughes will be sentenced on a later date.